I'm going to try and walk around this loch today, just have a bit of an explore. This loch might appear in one of my earlier videos from this year. It's a great loch, can produce great fish, but usually not many of them. So, you know, if you get one fish for a day, you're happy. However, today the situation's a little bit different because I have a northeasterly wind and temperatures well down in single figures. So the chances of getting any fish in those conditions are slim. We had a wee fall of rain last night, but I was hoping it might have been enough to give me a chance of going for a salmon, but it looks to have fallen out very unevenly, and well, I've been looking gauges and talking to a few people, and I think the only option is to go for trout because I don't think there was enough of it. So that's the way it goes, you know. I'm sort of heading for the other side of the loch eventually, in the hope that, you know, maybe if we get a wee blink of sun, because it's been pretty cloudy all morning, but maybe just a wee blink of sun and, you know, a wee sheltered spot might just give me the chance of a fish. Doubt it, but you know, if something's blowing off the moor or something, daddy long legs or something are blowing off the moor, might stand a wee chance. Well, I've just seen a raven go past, going like the clappers, and I'm hearing a bit of raven type noises. So usually that indicates he's going to a fight with an eagle. Usually when you see a raven travelling with keenness and enthusiasm, it means he's on his way to a fight. And the fight almost always, snagged back bank just a wee bit there, the fight almost always involves some eagle that was going about its business and not causing any trouble, you know. Oh, I hear him, but I can't see him now. He went over there somewhere. Oh well. So, in due course, maybe we'll get to see what he was up to. But I think he's fine with eagles. So I'm fishing a loch shrimp and a silver goat's toe today. Don't think that'll make too much difference. You know, some days you just know that you're doomed. I see another raven there. I don't know where he's headed for. He's following the general direction the other one disappeared in, so there'd be the trouble. So I'm heading out here onto this wee point. You see the way, looks like what wave there is going past the tip of the point. So I'll go out there, have a few casts, and then I think it'll be lunchtime, you know. time to get the stove on. So that's my plan. You can see what you think. Certainly this looks like a promising wee spot. And you see there's wee skerries out there as well. So I imagine it's not super deep. Looks like good ground for a trout, you know. So maybe if we've any chance, this is the place, you know. This heather has obviously been burnt, as you can see, and that does it no harm. It's kind of good for the moor for it to burn now and again, I think, and it usually comes on quite fast afterwards. The least willow has survived by the looks of things. Let's have most of the other wee sort of plants and the sphagnum. So you do wonder if this, if there's an element of man-madeness in this. Maybe some sort of broch or something. I don't know. It doesn't really look it, but it's an odd wee island as well. So I think this here looks like a spot. Get a few casts off here. Well, these rocks and stuff out here gives you a bit of hope, you know. So we'll give it a throw and see. Looks like, you know, there's a very fast drop off there. So could be that it's worth fishing even quite close in here, you know. Right near these stones, look at that, caught in the rubble as well. Again, because it doesn't look like it's super shallow out there. The stones are maybe quite big, you know. Hard to tell again, but we'll try between them. Starting to wonder if, you know, maybe a sink tip might not be worth a punt here, because it looks like there's actually a reasonable depth of water off this point. And with the day being so cold, you know, might be that getting down might be more productive. I'm on an intermediate tip at the minute, you know, doesn't go down very far, very fast. Really just stops the flies skating rather than doing any serious sinking, you know. So, starting to feel kind of peckish now. Like lunch might be in order, you know. And I've covered most of the angles of this wee point, sort of at least once, so I think I'm kind of deserving of my lunch, you know. I might return to the mainland for my lunch, because there's a bit over there that looks like it might be sheltered from the wind, so it might be a better bet than on this wee exposed island or peninsula. Just because the wind's so cold, you know. There isn't very much wind, but it is freezing cold. So I've been mostly having rolls and not my normal freeze-dried food over the past while I've been fishing. But you see, I have some of this real termite stuff with me today, which is like freeze-dried. You just add boiling water. So I'm going to have it today. I mean, I've used lots of it. I've eaten lots of it in the past, but it makes for a tasty meal out, you know, especially on a cold day. When maybe rolls aren't quite so appealing. So that's what's on the menu today. It's chicken curry. I don't know if you can read that, but yeah, chicken curry. You can't beat it. So I've just had my lunch and I come back onto this wee peninsula again. I'm sort of on the other side of it a bit, you see, and there's two rocks there, just to give me a cast onto those rocks basically, to see if there's anything out in that general direction that might be encouraged to take the fly. Your guess is as good as mine. And while I was having my lunch, I changed the flies as well. So I've gone to Barvis Crippler on the top and Digby's Demon on the point. So a bit sort of, I suppose, more subdued than what I was on earlier. Just I'll give them a few passes through here just to see what they might move, you know. So this side of the wee peninsula doesn't seem to be productive. So I'll maybe have a few casts off the other side, but where I was before lunch. Give that a try and then move on, or decide where I'm moving on to even. So I've come onto this wee rock, and as you can see, maybe you can't, but water drops away quite steeply off it, so it looks like there's actually a decent depth of water in this wee bay. Giving me to think that it's worth a cast before I go on to the point here, where I can catch a better bit of a wave, you know. So let's see how it goes. Stood on my line. Not so clever. However, I bodged that a wee bit, didn't I? Oh, well, my stomach's giving off something mad. I'm obviously in dire need of a cup of tea, so maybe I'll stop immediately and have the cup of tea. Maybe. I wonder will that stop the grumbling? I don't know that it will. But it's digesting all that curry. That's what's going on, I would venture. So, let's move on a wee bit anyhow, see what happens. So, the cameras are probably pointed directly into the sun pretty much, so I don't imagine you'll see much. And probably there's not much to see, but you know, if it weren't so cold, it'd be a lovely day, to be honest. I'm just going to have a couple of casts here, and then I think it's time to make some tea, because I just thought I would come up here, bang the line out a few times, see how it goes for me, and then get the tea on. And then see where I go from there, you know. If anything, I think I'm getting less wind rather than more. I wonder what's in front of those rocks. Oh, yeah, nothing's moving. So not the success. Dropped it. Moved one fish all day and I lost it. It's quite a scrappy wee fish too, so it was giving me a good good play. I would say it wasn't tiny, you know. So that's a bit of a nuisance. Well, what a lovely day to be out, even though it's so cold, you know. And I appear to be getting demonstrations from various air forces at the minute. I don't know, sometimes they hold like an exercise up here in the autumn, so maybe that's what's going on. The one that's up there isn't on flight radar or anything, so I don't know how that works, but I don't know much about it, but they're all here. So I'm having the wee cup of tea, sit in the sun, take in the view, and then I think I'm going to walk back around the way I came. I'm just not inclined to walking down this side, so I'm going to go back the way I came and see if I can get a wee cast on the way, but maybe mostly walk, you know. Because I lost one there, and it was on for a second or two and felt well hooked, you know. And on this loch, to be honest, if you get one for a day, you're usually doing well, you know. One for a day is about what you could sort of hope for, you know, and obviously some days you get none and some days you get two, but that's pretty much the options, you know. So I think I'm going to drink my tea. I keep spilling it. I'm going to drink my tea, and then I think I'm going to head back sort of in the general direction from which I've come, with maybe a few wee casts as I go along, you know. Because I'm kind of feeling like I've exhausted the entertainment possibilities here today. It looks quite dark out there. Looks like I might get rain, and it would be great, you know, if I could get a night's rain. It would mean I could have a cast for a salmon, because it's starting to feel a bit cold for the trout, but obviously, well, if there's no water, there's no point, you know. So that's the excitement. So I hope you're enjoying the day out as much as I am. It's a great day out. And hopefully we'll have another cast or two before we call it quits, you know. Thought maybe I could take a quick cast off here. May only be 4 inches of water, I just don't know. But seeing as the sun went behind a cloud and I was boogieing along here anyhow, I thought, well, I'll just have literally a handful of casts off this wee spot, you know. Sun seems determined to come out again. I'm sure you saw him. He touched the flies, I felt them, but I failed to hook him. So I don't think there's any point covering him again because I felt them, you know. So more disappointment in the sense that I've lost one now. I failed to hook that one, and it's not going well, is it? My hope was for maybe one fish off here today, so I think I've ruined all my chances. So I think that'll do me here as well. Just a wee quick cast really to break up the loch, you know. So, let's do some more walking. Just towards the car again. This may be the last cast, I'll see. Just maybe we spot down if I can try.